The coming recession doesn't have to have a negative impact on your credit score. In fact, a good or stable credit score is one of the best protections during a recession. How to protect your credit score before and during a recession. 9 simple steps. So the best way to protect your credit score before and during a recession is to be responsible with your money. 1. Look for lenders or credit counselors who offer special rates or payment plans. 2. Avoid late fees. 3. Keep your credit utilization low. 4. Don't overspend and borrow only what you can afford to pay back. 5. Plan your payments to reduce interest. 6. Start tracking your credit score regularly. 7. Keep your accounts open. 8. Pay your bills on time. 9. Don't open too many credit accounts at once. Here's what you can do to help keep your credit score strong, even during a recession. Don't wait until it's too late. The sooner you start protecting your credit score before a recession, the better. That will help to protect your credit score. Start today, helping your credit score remain strong before and during a recession. A low credit score may cause lenders to decline your application for a loan or credit card when you need it. It can also make it harder to get a lower interest rate when you're trying to reduce your interest rate on a balance transfer. Before applying for a new loan or credit card, check your credit score and make any necessary corrections. If you have a high credit score now, you may be able to get a better interest rate and lower your total interest paid over time if you apply for a loan. If you're still anxious about a low credit score, you can take steps to improve your score, such as paying off your balances, getting a secured credit card, and making sure your credit reports are accurate. We spent hours to put this video together for you. Don't be shy to like us. It will help us a lot. Stay on top of your credit score. If you have a low credit score, you should pay attention to how your various accounts are performing. You should also keep an eye on your credit utilization percentage. If it's too high, you should consider making some sacrifices. That could include paying off a smaller debt or revising your budget so that you don't spend as much as you can afford. Keep your credit history clean. If your credit has many negative entries, this will be reflected negatively in your credit report, which could lower your score. This includes accounts that you don't actively maintain, such as expired phone bills, utility bills, and collection accounts. Make sure all of your active accounts are current, including credit cards, mortgage loans, student loans, and other accounts. You should also make sure there is no unpaid balance on these accounts. If you discover any inaccurate information or a debt that you don't actually owe, you should immediately take steps to correct the problem. Maintain an accurate address and correct information, including on all of your bills. It's very important to keep all of your credit accounts in good standing. Otherwise, a bad credit score could eventually cause all of your accounts to be shut down. Pay your bills on time. You need to pay your bills on time. If you don't, you risk having your payment delayed, which could lower your credit score. If your payment is more than 30 days late, it will be listed as a collection on your credit report, which is generally a black mark on your report. If you're having trouble making your payments on time, consider contacting your creditors to work out a payment arrangement. Many people stop paying their bills after their credit score is established, which could negatively impact their credit score. Keep in mind that late payments can have a wide range of impacts on your credit score, from lowering your score slightly to completely destroying it. After your payment is due, make sure it's actually in the hands of the company that sent the bill. If you have a payment drop off and get it in the wrong hands, it will be counted as late. Keep your credit card balances low, cut expenses, or increase income. Another way to protect your credit score during a recession is to keep your credit card balances low. That will help to keep your credit utilization percentage low, which will help to keep your credit score strong. Credit utilization percentage is the amount of credit you have open compared to what you actually use. This includes credit card cash advances, as well as the amount charged to your card. Make sure you don't accidentally max out your cards, which could result in a sudden drop in your credit score. Don't open too many credit cards at once. If you open too many cards in one go, it could quickly and negatively impact your credit score. If you have a low credit score, you need to make sure that you only open credit cards that are necessary. It's also a good idea to open only 1 or 2 credit cards at a time. That way, when you make your payments, they will help to build your credit score and not damage it. Establish good credit habits. One of the best ways to protect your credit score before and during a recession is to establish good credit habits. That means that you should only use credit cards for small, short-term, and emergency purchases. The best way to lower your credit impact is to open fewer accounts and make fewer payments. Be sure to carefully plan out how you're going to spend the money you receive through credit cards and loans and plan how you will pay it off. You should also use cash for smaller and short-term purchases. Thus, you could keep your credit utilization percentage as low as possible. Avoid excessive fees. It's also a good idea to avoid excessive fees. That way, you won't be adding unnecessary amounts to your bills, and you won't be lowering your credit utilization percentage. It's also important to make sure that each credit card account receives the minimum required payment. Protect your credit report. It's also important to protect your credit report. That means that you should make sure that each of your credit accounts is in good standing. It's also a good idea to make sure that your credit report is free of any errors. That way, your credit report will be as accurate as possible and won't lower your credit score. Start tracking your credit score regularly. If you don't have a credit score tracking system in place, you won't be able to track your progress toward improving your credit score. Many online apps and websites and large financial institutions do offer some type of tracking credit score system. Don't close your credit accounts. It would hurt your credit score. Conclusion: your credit score is a measurement of your creditworthiness. It's a number that lenders use to determine how likely you are to repay a loan. Therefore, a low credit score can make it difficult for you to qualify for a loan or credit card when you need some extra during the recession. Your score can still be lowered or damaged by other factors, such as missed payments, defaults, collections, and bankruptcy. But if you start to keep your credit card balances low, avoid excessive fees, and stay on top of debt repayment, your score can continue to remain stable before and even during a recession. Give us a like and comment below to let us know what you would like to learn next.